Alright, welcome back to more Pokemon Diamond. So, in between parts, we got back the Sand Gem, and now we're getting stopped by Lucas once again. Um, so, I don't know if this still happens even if you haven't caught a Pokemon yet, or if you have caught a Pokemon. I didn't really want to risk catching one and then not having this scene, because at the end of it he gives you 5 Pokeballs, which, I mean, five free Pokeballs for just standing there and listening to him tell you how to catch a Pokemon in your, in the 4th generation of Pokemon. But obviously not everyone has played a Pokemon game before, so they gotta teach you. I just wish that you could opt in or out of it, personally. I feel like up to this point, this has been the most handholdy Pokemon game of all of them so far. And I don't know if that continues to get worse, because in case anyone didn't know, I haven't played any of the new Pokemon games past this one. This is the last one that or the newest Pokemon game that I've ever played. And so I'm unaware of how the other ones are. So, as you saw there, we have 15 Pokeballs and a Premier Ball. And here is our first one. First one that we're going to try and catch, at least. So, this is Shinx, a electric type Pokemon that doesn't really start off with any actual electric type moves. At least none that are actually helpful. I think we can get one more in. I don't know if the Premier Ball actually has any special qualities to it other than it looks different. And I'm not sure if it's like the same power as a regular Pokeball or what exactly with it. So, this is the first Pokemon that we're catching. So, this guy looks like a zap to me. Zip zap. I don't know why. It just looks like a zip zap. It's like when people give their cats really dumb names. No offense to the people who have cats who have really dumb names. Alright. So we've already seen a Starly before, which means that we're going to be catching this Starly. Because we need our obligatory bird Pokemon for the game. Battles are so slow. Starly was caught. I think the worst part is when you have Pokemon that give status or not status, stat debuffs and stuff at the very start of the battle, I feel like it just slows the entire battle down so much. Alright, so what is the fitting name for the obligatory bird Pokemon? If not, the word itself? Obligatory. I'm hoping I spelled that right. If not, oh well. So, hopefully, Randonium Gaming got a chuckle out of that. Or at least understood, like, what I was trying to go for with it. Alright, hey, a new Pokemon. It is a Kricketot, a bug-type Pokemon that has basically nothing going for it. Only reason why I'm showing it off is because it's a new Pokemon. We are not catching this. I don't want to completely dictate what our team is going to be, because obviously that would kind of defeat the purpose of a sort of switchback tag team let's play here. But I did want at least one feasibly good Pokemon in the form of Shinx, and one Pokemon that we'll probably just need because we need a flying type to get around at some point. Which, I'm actually not sure there's a whole lot of other flying types in this one. I think, I want to say Gen 4, at least until you defeat the Elite Four, is actually kind of limited on a couple different types, including fire and bird types. Alright, we got our first trainer. And of course he has a Starly. Be careful with this guy, because one bad crit, especially if you only have like one Pokemon on you, can really mess you up. Use tackle. Surviving with 1 HP, of course. That won't save you, Starly. Told ya. Alright, just 500 more of these to go. I actually don't know how many battles there are in this game. At least up until the Elite Four. It's probably not 500. It's probably closer to maybe like 100 or so. Sorry, I get suspicious of flowers in this game. Battle theme is still very good. Glad they didn't mess that up at all. Take this, Bidoof. What a Bidoof. I mean, Bidoof is truly, like, peak Pokemon design. Like, I don't think you can argue differently, by any means. I just know that I don't need a Bidoof on my team. I'm sorry. We'll find something else to be the HM slave. The only problem with having an HM slave is you have to keep them on your team for most of the game in order to actually use the HMs. And I'd rather take up that slot with something that is actually, you know, good at what it can do. Like, depending upon how things go, we might end up with a Golduck, because I had a Golduck in my run when I played this as a kid. And Golduck's actually a pretty good Pokemon. It can pretty much have all, at least 3, probably 4, well, or 5 of the different HMs. Like, it could probably have one of those moves. Because I think I gave it Surf, Waterfall, and Rock Climb, and I'm sure it could learn Strength and or Rock Smash. Unfortunately, I could be wrong, but I think Gen 4 or Gen 5 is like the worst in terms of HMs, because there's just so many of them and you need them so often. I think there is actually one instance where you need Flash, but Flash isn't an HM in this one. So you just have to find Flash in order to actually explore this cave very well. I want to say that I didn't actually explore it without... I think I like did the typical kid thing where I just kind of navigated it without Flash. Like what you do in Rock Tunnel if you if you're able to in Gen 1. You get so bored that you just learn the cave well enough so you don't have to actually find Flash, since it takes you so far out of your way to do so. A Bean has learned Absorb. Ooh. Some Pokemon only appear in the morning, and some only appear at night. Yep, this game does have a day-night cycle again. I think that was an omission from Gen 3. That hole looks very suspicious, but unfortunately I kind of get distracted to not, and ended up not going and checking it. Guys, haven't I already done enough tutorialing? Alright. Let's check in with the Pokemon Center first before we do anything. Because I don't remember what her health is at. Thank you for waiting. We've restored your Pokemon to full health. We hope to see you again. Why? Why do you hope to see us again? Like, you're hoping that we get hurt? The healthcare system in this world is weird. I mean, at the very least, they have a healthcare system so that when your Pokemon get hurt, you can... I mean, it's better than some places in the world. At least we don't have to pay for it. It'll make it more fun to check the PC in any Pokemon Center. Alright. Okay, let's get a move on to the next town. Huh? By the way, have you visited the trainer school? Not yet, right? You really must visit. Yeah, that's not a suggestion. That's an order. Um, as he like twists your arm, like you must visit. Yeah, unfortunately, you can't leave that way, at least, until you've visited the trainer school and do the next dumb task. So what is this? Score. It's a town map. Huh? Why are there two? I like it a lot, but I don't need two. Here, take one. Okay. Well, according to the town map, I guess Orberg City is where I should go next. There's a gem there, so it'd be perfect. At least he doesn't say smell you later like some people. Alright. Unfortunately, this guy is now going to stop us. Oh ho ho. He's flabbergasted by the fact that we don't know what some obscure watch is, and this jerk still won't let us leave. By the way, have you participated in the Pokemon? Not yet? You really must try. Again. But nobody stops us from going this way. This girl only has Bidoof. So, hopefully that was a pleasant little surprise for Randonium Gaming. Not having to fight the first trainer on the route. Hi, I'm a... So, the answer to all of these is yes. Just say yes. Just say yes. Just say yes. Yep, this is so much fun talking to 3 random clowns to get coupons so that we can get a watch that I don't want anyways. Actually not sure what happens if you answer wrong. If you just have to ask again and the clown just has amnesia and forgets that you've already asked him. Alright. Can we be done now? Thanks. So this is the main thing that you have on your screen. Oh. And finally, this guy lets us through. We need to make sure that we have someone up front that can handle the next battle. Because, yeah, we immediately get stopped again to fight the rival. Me? Do you even need to ask? Of course. Come on, let's battle it out. Pokemon Trainer YouTube. Sent out Starly. Go! Obligatory! Alright, so at this point, we're much higher level than him. Well, much higher level. Our Starly will handle most of what he has. Don't get cocky, kid. This isn't over. Oh, but I think it is. And, yep. I think he only has 2 Pokemon, so we're kind of already at an advantage having 3. having wing attack is like a game changer in this battle, because having that stab move that is going to be not necessarily powerful against his two Pokemon, but isn't weak against his two Pokemon is very helpful. If you don't know what a stab type move is, it's apparently Pokemon lingo for a Pokemon using a move that is the same type as their move, or the same type as their type. So Starly, flying type, using a flying type move, it's going to get more power behind it. It's strong because of that. Alright, what do you mean I lost? Well, that's it. That's the last time I'll ever lose. Yeah, keep saying that, kid. Okay. Alright, we got some more trainers we gotta deal with. I tend to fight the trainers just because it's worth more XP to do. We do have a bit of a safety net in case, just to keep things moving along, but for the most part, I generally like to fight the trainers whenever possible. And to be fair, you do have to fight a lot of them. And it just makes it easier because you don't have to, like, remember who you haven't fought and try and navigate around them every time you're just trying to get from one place to the other. Intimidate is such a useful one. Like, I think that is the, like, largest group of status, like, traits, I think they're called, for all Pokemon in the game. More Pokemon have that trait than any other trait. Alright, use Bide. So, I believe the way Bide works is basically the more you hit the Pokemon, the more damage they're going to do after 2 turns. So if you end up not hitting them at all, they basically waste 2 turns of doing nothing. I mean, you end up wasting 2 turns as well, but yeah, I kind of forgot about you. But you must have only had Pokemon that I've already fought, so yeah, that means nothing. Found a repel. Alright, so after a little bit of searching, finally, found an Abra. So, Abras, if you've ever played a Pokemon game with an Abra in it, basically, you gotta just throw the Pokeball and hope for the best. Because otherwise, it's just gonna teleport away because that's all it knows and that's all it can do. They're also generally pretty fast. So, after a bit of trial and error, we finally managed to catch an Abra. And that's the last Pokemon that I'll be catching for my section of videos. Because I wanted an Abra. Abra is just too good. It's too good. I'm sorry. It's also one of my favorite lines of Pokemon. Unfortunately, I realized that I did not have enough letters to do the name that I wanted to give it. So we ended up going with the movie reference here. Alright, now with Same. Yep, that's definitely how you say it. No, Now You See Me is what we ended up going with. Alright, so with that, I think we're going to put a cut in here, and in the next part we'll be taking on the first gym. So thank you for watching, I'll see you guys next time.